Yesterday, Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, addressed a joint session of Congress in which he thanked Biden for his support and referenced Biden calling himself a proud Irish American Zionist. Claire Lopez, it was a hell of a day in Washington, and the week is still continuing with Bibi here from Israel, appearing before Congress, meeting with the president, meeting with the vice president. In this segment, I want to focus in on one of the commentaries that was a theme of 3 or 4 minutes when Bibi addressed the House and the Senate in joint session, where he said that the promised and approved weapons coming from the United States, the transfers were being held up by the president. And he called the president out on that. What do you make of the slowdown of the delivery of certain, especially smart weapons, the larger bombs that, as Bibi said, the faster they get them, the faster they can end the war? Now, before you answer, I want to temper Bibi's commentary. He's a smart politician with his comment that he said, I've known President Biden for 40 years. I'm thanking him for his 50 years of loyalty to the Jewish state. Biden has known every prime minister from Golda Meir till now. And as you have said, Mr. President, you are a proud Irish American Zionist, and I thank you for that. Do you think Bibi's calling out of the president is going to get the weapons shipped?
Well, the first thing I would say is that Prime Minister Netanyahu is kind of walking a tightrope here. He is in the United States to the overwhelming support of, I think, the majority of the American people and the majority in Congress, including Democrats and Republicans too. However, there is a constituency in this election year that President Biden and now perhaps the actual Democrat Party nominee presumptive, Kamala Harris, a constituency that they don't want to lose. And that would be in certain states, in particular like Michigan, with heavy Arab Muslim populations in Dearborn, Detroit, and other places. And they're very cautious about not losing that vote because that could lose them the state of Michigan. And they don't want to do that. That's one of the critical battleground states, as they call them. So when Bibi is here, and in that marvelous speech that he gave to the joint session of Congress, yes, he expresses gratitude for all the help that the United States and, yes, okay, President Biden, have given over the years to Israel. And even now in this current conflict since October the 7th of last year, 2023. But at the same time, there's no denying the fact that weapons they really need in this conflict in Gaza have been slow walked. There's no question about that. So he's treading a fine line, a tightrope, if you will. And I think he probably managed pretty well in that.
Well said. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the Oval Office when they met privately before the cameras were allowed in. I wonder who was lecturing who and whether Biden was alone with the prime minister or needed coaching to sort of maneuver in and out, because it's a very subtle line, as you said, and I think quite succinctly. Biden wants the Democrats to win in November, and they've got to carry Michigan to do it. And courtesy of Barack Obama, there's an enormous Muslim Somalia population there, especially in Dearborn, that doesn't like either party unless they come out strongly against Israel. Mm-hmm. So it's a toughie. And I wish I could have heard that discussion.
Oh, yeah.